Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Teen S.C.E.N.E. I'm sorry, I have these shades on. I would take them off, but the sun is like right in my face. Good morning, Teen S.C.E.N.E. Viewers, followers. I'm sorry, I'm a little congested this morning. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting here at the doctor's office, outside the doctor's office. I got here like an hour early, so I'm just kind of chilling until it's time for me to go in. And I know that once I leave here, I am going to the studio to record my third episode of my new season of the Teen S.C.E.N.E, the My Graceful Journey edition of the Teen S.C.E.N.E, which is debuting my spoken word CD, which I actually created, oh goodness, 10 years ago, like 2007. It was complete. And the poems were written like in 2007 and what I was dealing with then. But I find that the poetry still very much encourages me in 2018, and the mercies of God, I see them. Even like I can just go look back from 2007 to 2018 and just see all of the blessings and how God made this journey for me as a single mom so graceful. So, not saying that I haven't had some hard moments, some sad moments, some ups, some downs, some all of that, but at the end of the day, I knew that God was going to work it out and that He had my back. And I believe that now, and I will believe that forever. But I just wanted to jump on here real quick while I'm sitting out here waiting on my doctor's appointment to you could probably kind of forgive me, I keep clearing my throat. I'm having these sinus issues. It's about to drive me nuts. That's actually why I'm here. But anyway, I just wanted to just jump on here real quick, like I said, and just say hello to my Teen S.C.E.N.E viewers, followers. Give a shout out to T. Dion Enterprises, because T. Dion Terry does my production work, and I've posted pictures of she and I. And I just have such a huge respect for the work that she does, and just the platform that she has with the T. Dion's Women's Friendship Group, because her goal is to help women shine without a dime. And she has this phenomenal point system, the Terry Bam point system, that allows for the sister girls. The members of the TDN Women's Friendship Group are called sister girls. But, apart from that, it's the ministry that's in me coming out. Certain things occurred in my life and in my daughter's life, and as a parent, that prompted me to sit down and write workshops. Teen S.C.E.N.E started out as a workshop, and at one of the TDN Women's annual women's conferences, and Terry came to me later on and was like, "Hey, I have a teen slot in my radio show, the Terry Graham radio show." She's like, "I have a teen slot that I always do." She was like, "And I would love for the Teen S.C.E.N.E to fill that slot." And so that's how the Teen S.C.E.N.E podcast came about. So it is actually a segment of the Terry Graham radio show. And like I said, God has always blessed me. Her production work is stellar. You guys should go to YouTube to either Terry Wooten Graham channel, or you can go to D.N. Anderson YouTube channel, or you should be able to search the Teen S.C.E.N.E library. I have maybe right at 20 podcasts. And my topic for the last 2 seasons was bullying. And I touched on bullying in every way, shape, form you can think of. Some of it you probably didn't even think of as bullying. You know, a lot of people don't think of sex trafficking as bullying. But if you really get into the psychology of how the victims are groomed and how they are targeted and how they are intimidated and how they get caught up in that, you can see the bullying in it. There is bullying involved in it that gets them in that. Domestic violence is bullying. There's a bullying component in that. And then I did do some wonderful interviews with two single moms of sons who have dealt with bullying. And we talked about how they dealt with it and how their sons dealt with it, and just the psychological and the emotional effects that has on our boys. And my very own daughter was on the show, and she talked about how she was bullied and how we dealt with that. So, last season was really dynamic, and I just pray that it helps so many people, because these are the topics that, and even teen dating violence, these are topics that as a parent I discussed with my daughter, and I felt like I had to bring them out to other teens who maybe don't have parents that will discuss those things with them, or parents to discuss those things with them. Everybody is not blessed to be in a home with their mom and their dad, or to have emotionally healthy parents. So, because I know that God blessed me with a child and with motherhood. Motherhood is my ministry, and it is my first ministry. And because of that, it has expanded to me extending that mothering to, I guess, kids. Well, my target are kids who maybe don't have that parent to talk to them and sit down and talk to them, or to give them the information that I'm sharing, because everything that I'm sharing is stuff that I would share with my own daughter. Even right down to my current season, which is my Graceful Journey edition of the Teen S.C.E.N.E, featuring my spoken word CD, My Graceful Journey, a poetic collection for the single parent. And it is copywritten. I don't release any of my work that does not have a copyright on it. So just throw that in there. But I do stuff in order. So if you know me, then that does not surprise you. But just even down to the CD. She's actually on the CD. She was like 6 years old. Yeah, she was like 5 or 6 when she actually she said a few lines. But I've always been open and honest with her about her dad, and about I've told her things in a way that she could take it and digest it as a child. I'm not going to get into the deep adult details of what happened or what went wrong or whatever. And I've never had to tell her anything about how her daddy is. She is a very perceptive little girl, now a young lady. But she was very perceptive even as a little girl. And she peeped him out like so fast until, it shocked me. So, but she's dealing with, forgiveness and her dad's sporadic behavior, and, not paying his child support, and, all of those things. And even with all of that stuff, him not coming to her 8th grade graduation, missing most of her sporting events, when we can find him, when we know where he is, when we've been in contact with him, we let him know what's going on, and he shows up. But there's more times that we can't even freaking find him. Like, since her 16th birthday party last October, we haven't heard from the dude. And she has sent him text messages, called him. I've sent him text messages, called him. Nothing. So, you know, but that takes a toll on a kid. Me personally, mommy, I've known dad since we were 15. We're 45 now, both of us. So this type stuff doesn't surprise me. This behavior from him doesn't surprise me. But my daughter, she's having to cope with it, and she's having to deal with it and adjust to it and be forgiving of it. And I've always told her, just keep a forgiving heart toward your daddy. He's not making good choices. Nothing that he's doing is your fault or because of you. These are his bad choices. So you keep a forgiving heart, and you do not become consumed with anger or bitterness, and you keep it moving. Because if daddy's not here to show you how to deal with a man in your life, we're going to take what daddy does and we're going to say those are the things that you don't accept. That these are the things that we're not going to accept. And she has other male figures. She's got my dad. She's got my brother. She's got her godfather. She's got her track coach. So she's got really strong male figures in her life. Positive, strong male figures in her life. So that is another part of my graceful journey, because God has always surrounded us with people that have our back and who look out for us. And if we fall short, they pick up the ball and they run and they help make stuff happen. So, I hope that, and I know I've rambled on and on and on, but I hope that you all will tune in to this season of the Teen S.C.E.N.E, and please go check out my previous shows, my previous podcasts on YouTube. Again, you can search in YouTube, you can search the Teen S.C.E.N.E Library, or you can subscribe to my channel, D.N. Anderson channel. Or you can subscribe to the Terry Wooten Graham channel, because the Teen S.C.E.N.E is a segment of the Terry Graham radio show. So, there are three. And I have a Facebook page, the Teen S.C.E.N.E Facebook page. So you can also, and I post the shows there as well. So if you're seeing this podcast, if you're seeing this, then hey Gwendolyn, good morning. If you're seeing this, then you are in the Facebook page, and I'm asking everybody to please share it, and please share the podcast with everybody, because this season is going to be it's going to be a little different. It's going to have a little different feel, because I'm introducing my spoken word CD to the world. And so it's not going to be quite the talk show or the interview. It's going to be, I'm using my poetry as teaching tools, which is what it is. It's a teaching tool. It's my testimony in a CD with 6 tracks on it. And it's it's about single parenthood. It's my graceful journey, the poetic collection for the single parent. I'm not sure if y'all can see me. The sun is so in my face. But it is just something that is dear to my heart, and it is full of my emotion. It's my soul on paper. It's my heart on paper. So I'm very proud of it, and I'm very protective of it. And I pray over it, and I just thank God that He gave me the ability to write, and He blessed me with people in my life that helped me to make that CD, a reality for me. All of the tracks were written specifically for me. I sat there, as one of my really good friends has a studio in his basement, and he plays 5 instruments, self-taught, does not read music. Dude is just amazing. He's dynamic. And he's devout. He's a devout Jehovah's Witness. So he's all about, keeping the law, and just, I'm not Jehovah's Witness, so I don't really know how their they're taught. I'm Christian non-denominational. So, but I grew up in a Baptist church. But you know, God just lined me up with believers. He lined me up with believers just to make my CD come to pass, and also now to make this Teen S.C.E.N.E come to pass. He has lined me up with believers. So that's when I say my graceful journey, I don't mean that I haven't had some rough days, some rough months, some rough years, but I have definitely got out of it not looking like where I came from. You know, it was like, didn't even smell like smoke. Came through the fire, didn't even smell like smoke. Because God's grace and his favor is on my life. And it's on my daughter's life. And, you know, I have a history of a praying grandmother and a praying mama, you know, to thank them for laying those seeds for me and praying over me and keeping me safe. And now I'm a praying mama. So, you know, and we're going to hold off on being a praying grandmama for at least another 10, 15 years, let's say, because she's got to get out of high school. But, you know, I just wanted to jump on here real quick because now I'm just talking. But I just wanted to jump on here real quick and just say good morning to everybody and just ask everybody to please tune in to the Teen S.C.E.N.E this season and go back to YouTube and check out. Yes, ma'am, his grace is sufficient. Absolutely. You know, but it's been a blessing to be on here talking to you all, and now I'm gonna go into this doctor's office and get my sinuses right. And I will talk with you all later. So have a blessed day, everybody. And again, tune in to the Teen S.C.E.N.E, which is a segment of the Terry Graham radio show. And this is Miss D signing off. Peace and love.